Good morning. Namaste to each of you. Thank you for joining me this morning to honor your mind and your body and your spirit and the holiday. So let's begin by getting nice and present. Find a nice, comfortable seated position where your spine can sit nice and tall and straight, opening up your chest, opening up your diaphragm, and opening up your heart. Let's gently close our eyes and soften our thoughts. Soften our eyes. Soften our shoulders. And soften our heart. Observe your breath as it is, soft and gentle, breathing life into you with each inhale and relaxation with each exhale. Feel the grace of being present, returning to that awareness again and again. You may open your eyes now. I'm going to start this morning. I have my mat set up differently this morning. I'm going to start this morning with the Pranayama of Kapalabhati. And normally your inhale is a more active part of your breathing in and out, and the exhale is kind of passive. Well, with Kapalabhati, it's the opposite. Your inhale is passive, but the exhale is very active. So we're going to take three-part breath, which comes from the bowl full of jelly right here, and bring it up to our ribs and up to our chest. So inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to have multiple breaths on the exhale, and our tummy is going to go back and forth, back and forth. So inhale. Inhale. So inhale. And round your lips when you exhale. As the air comes out your mouth, inhale. Inhale. Add a little soundtrack to it. Ho, 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 ho. Inhale. Ho, 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 ho. Inhale. Ho, 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 ho. Great. Kapalabhati. So let's start by warming up. We're going to start with some nice sun breaths. And I'm going to try to do this little narration of a story this morning, a Christmas story. So picture yourself in Whoville. You're one of the little Who people. And all the kids in Whoville got flying saucers for Christmas. So you're sitting in your flying saucer and you're yelling, yay, inhaling and exhaling down. Yay, inhaling up, exhaling down. Yay, inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. I promised I was going to go slow, and I'm already off to the races. So I get so excited doing this class. And then one last time, inhale up and exhale down. And then grip onto the edges of your flying saucer. And we're gonna go down the hill and make twists and turns. So we're gonna go down, lean forward, and then twist over to the left. And then lean forward and twist over to the right. And lean forward, twist over to the left. Lean over, twist over to the right. Lean over, twist over to the left. And one last time, lean forward and twist over to the right. We're gonna roll down on your back, and I'm gonna roll down facing away from you. And when you roll down, you can do it either express method or one vertebrae at a time. But when you reach the ground, bring your knees up and give them a nice hug, like you're creating a snowball. So the kids out in Whoville are creating nice big snowballs to make a snowman with. So curl up, feel that snowball tuck and compression of your body in a nice round form. And then place your left foot on the mat, keeping your right knee against your chest. And we're gonna walk our hands down our legs, coming down to the ankle foot part of your leg. And then pretend you're pulling on your snow boots. So we're gonna bring each hand alongside of our leg as we kick our leg up to the sky and push our heel up to the sky. So we're putting our foot into that boot, that big snow boot. And then we're gonna send that heel down to the mat. Let's do that a couple more times. So bring your knee back to your chest. Walk your hands down your leg till you reach your ankle or your foot. With your hands along each side of your leg, you're gonna extend your leg up toward the sky, pulling on your boot, sending your heel up to the sky, really pushing down into that boot. And then lowering your leg down to the mat. One last time, knee to chest. Walk your hands down. Find that boot and then push your foot up to the sky while you pull your boot on, pushing your heel into the boot, and then bring that leg down to the mat. You're gonna put both legs down now, extending both legs down to the bottom of the mat. And then we're gonna extend both arms up over our head. So we're in a nice straight line. And we're gonna make snow angels. So bring your arms out and your legs out. And remember the days of, maybe it was just last week when you were making snow angels. Just make a few nice snow angels in the snow. And then bring your arms back to the mat, palms down on the mat. We're gonna slide our right foot along the inside of your left leg on up to the knee, creating a figure 4. Putting your right ankle on top of your left leg, right above the knee, and then sliding your left foot so that it's on the mat. We're gonna come into a reclined pigeon pose. You can stay here, or if you'd like, you can interlace your hands behind your left thigh, pointing both toes up to the sky, and you're an elf on the shelf. And just breathe into this position. If you feel a little bit of a tension, just try to send some nourishing breaths to that spot. And then bring both knees back to your chest. Give them a nice hug and make a nice big snowball again. Feel that compression back against the mat, chest, feeling the knees against it. And then put your right foot down on the mat. Send your hands down your left leg to the reach the ankle or the foot. And then we're going to put on the boot on our left foot. So we're going to pull it up, pull the boot up, sending our foot up to the sky, pushing down into the heel, and then send that leg down to the mat. And we'll do that 2 more times. So bring your left knee up to your chest. Walk your hands down your leg till you reach the ankle and the foot. And then slide that boot on again, pushing your foot up to the sky, pushing your heel down into the boot. And then lower your heel down to the mat. And one last time, knee to chest, hands walk down. Pull on that boot, sending your heel up to the sky. And sending your foot down to the mat. Slide both feet down to the end of the mat. Raise your arms up and over your head. And we'll make snow angels again. So just to make them, you can slide your legs and arms along the mat or lift them up slightly. If you do, make sure you tuck your navel to your spine. And then bring your arms back along your side, palms facing down. And slide your left foot along the inner part of your right leg up to the knee, creating a figure 4. And then bring your ankle, your left ankle on top of your right leg, right above the knee, and slide your right foot up, coming into reclined pigeon pose. And what we're going to call elf on the shelf. So slide your hands behind your right thigh if you'd like a little bit more stretch, pointing both toes up to the sky. And then just enjoy your elf on the shelf. And then bring both knees to your chest, give them a nice snowball hug. And we're gonna roll up. So you tuck your hands right behind your knees and just kind of work momentum with your feet until you roll all the way up to a seated position. We're going to come up onto our hands and knees. Come into tabletop where your wrists are right below your shoulders. Knees are right below your hips. Fingers are spread wide apart. You have your weight evenly distributed in both hands. Pushing down gently so that there's space between your shoulder and your neck. We're going to round our back and make cats, and then arch our back a little bit to make cows. But envision, if you will, Santa's reindeer warming up. So this is an exercise that Santa's reindeer do. So round your back, exhaling, lowering your head and your pelvis down. Then inhale, lift your head and pelvis up for cow. Exhale, round your back for cat. Inhale, raise your head and your pelvis up for cow. Exhale, rounding your back down. Inhale, come back up. And as Santa's reindeers do, they coordinate that movement to their breath. They have to watch their breath as they're flying at pretty high altitudes, and the air's not very abundant up there. So they have to really practice pranayama. Okay, so Santa's reindeer is pretty well warmed up. Bring our knees together and we'll send our left foot down to the bottom of the mat. And then send your left foot over to the right so it's on the outside edge of your mat. Then we're going to turn our head like we're saying no. Turn it to the right. And then send your eyes back to your foot to gaze at your foot. And this is Rudolph checking out to see if all his reindeer are ready. So he's looking back. Everyone's in line and position. And then bring your left leg back underneath your hips and send your right leg down to the end of the mat and send it over to the left side of the mat, just outside the edge. And turn your head to the left and send your eyes to gaze back at your foot. Or if you're Rudolph, you're sending your eyes back to gaze at your fellow reindeer. Checking in to see if everyone's ready. And then bring that leg back underneath your hip. And we're going to do a bird dog. So with check in, make sure your hands or wrists are right below your shoulders and the weight's evenly distributed. We're going to lift our right leg up, pointing the toes to the back of the mat, and lift our left arm up, pointing to the top of the mat. So then we're going to bring our knee and elbow of those raised legs together, and then go on Dasher, bring it back together, on Dancer, extend looking at your hand, back together, extend on Prancer, back together, extend on Vixen, and then we're going to switch sides. Knees are together, left leg comes up at hip height, right arm goes up shoulder height. Bring your right elbow and left knee together. And then extend them, watching your right hand on Comet. Bring them back together on Cupid. Back together on Donner. And back together on Blitzen. And then you bring both hands down. Send your hips to your ankles, lowering your body and coming into child's pose. And this is, meanwhile, in Whoville, little Cindy Woohoo is in her bed, taking a nice winter's nap. And then come back to tabletop. Tuck your toes under, lifting your hips up to the sky. While up on the mountaintop, while Cindy Woohoo is snoozing, the Grinch is up on the top of the mountain, getting ready to come down to Whoville. So make that mountain peak as tall as you possibly can. Arms are straight, chest tucked in toward your thighs, raising the elevation of that mountaintop. And then pedal out. And if you remember from the movie, Grinch's dog, Max, is turned into the reindeer. And he gets himself into a situation where he's dangling over a cliff. So let's bring our right knee to our right elbow, pushing off with our left foot, and create that dangling over the cliff. And then back again, pedal out. And we'll do that with the left leg. So inhale, bring that left knee to the left elbow, pushing off with the right foot, dangling over the cliff. And then back to downward dog. Pedal out some more. So they're coming down the mountain, coming into plank pose. So bring your torso forward a little bit so your shoulders are right over your wrists. Navel's tucked to your spine, elevating your hips slightly. Heels are pushing to the back of the mat. We're sledding down the hill, sledding down. So come down to the mat, either chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Keeping your elbows together. And then slide your arms forward. Shoulders are right above your elbows into Sphinx. And this is a toboggan. The sledding wasn't going fast enough. So now we're tobogganing down. So just sway from side to side. Gentle swaying. Pretend that you're tobogganing fast down this hill. Max and the Grinch. And then we're going to bring our arms, lower our chest to the mat, bring our arms alongside of us. Palms are up, resting your chin on the mat. We're going to come into a full locust. So on the inhale, lift both legs up and both arms up. And in your toboggan, you're flying down the hill now. And then bring them back down. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Gently lift your chin and chest up, tucking your elbows to the side into cobra, and come up into tabletop. And send your hips back to rest on your ankles. So we're coming into hero's pose or a kneel. And then we're going to relax our shoulders, reaching back of our hips, interlace our fingers together for a yoga lock. And we're just going to hold on tight to our hands and extend them out away from us on the inhale, and then back toward our hips on the exhale. We're just holding on tight as we fly down the hill. Inhale, exhale. Inhale out, exhale back toward our hips, and relaxing our shoulders. Inhale, push our hands away from our hips, and exhale, bring them back toward our hips. One last time, inhale, reaching our way from our hips and back toward our hips. And then we'll bring our hands back down, tuck our toes under, and walk our hands back to come up into a squat position. And then push down into our feet and come up into mountain pose. So Santa was on his way. He left with the reindeer. The Grinch and Max left their hillside. They're heading all toward Whoville. And guess what? They all land on the top of Cindy Lou Who's house together. Santa's an expert on getting down chimneys, and he's an expert because he knows the essentials of good posture with mountain pose. So the Grinch is going to have a lesson in the essentials of good posture and how to easily slip down a chimney. So our toes are pointing toward the top of the mat. Legs are nice and straight and strong with a gentle bend in the knees, just so when you hit the bottom of the fireplace, you can do that with a soft landing in your knees. Navel's tucked to your spine. Shoulders are relaxed and rolled back, creating this nice long spine, back of your neck. Crown of your head is reaching up to the sky, and it's as if you pull a string, like pulling an ornament out of the box, and then take that ornament and just drop it down into the chimney, and then they land. So let's go land on the bottom of the fireplace. So inhale, lifting our arms up, and exhale, bending our knees deeply. We're going to bring our hands down to the mat for forward fold. And then we're down here at the bottom of the fireplace. Let's see if anyone's around. So inhale, bring our hands up to our shins and turn our head from side to side. Just looking to see if anyone's around. Just gently turn your head from left to right, back to center. And then bring the crown of your head down toward the mat. And inhale, sweep our hands all the way up overhead. Palms come together. And then palms come to the back of our hips. Keeping our feet about hip width apart. Our fingertips are facing down on our hips. Shoulders are relaxed and rolled back. We're going to do a supported back bend. Tucking our chin toward our chest. We're going to roll our shoulders back. And just to the point where you feel that nice sweet spot. And we're going to yell up the chimney, maybe whisper so we don't wake anyone up. Send down the bags. So there's Santa's down there and the Grinch are down there, each calling for their bags of goodies. One Santa's is full, Grinch's is empty. So bring yourself back up. We're going to sweep our hands up and over again. Big inhale. And exhale. Bring our hands down as the bags land down the fireplace. And then inhale, lift our hands up to our shins. And again, let's gently turn our head from side to side. Just make sure that no one's around. See if the coast is clear. And bring our crown of our head down toward the mat. And inhale, sweeping our hands all the way up overhead. Bring our palms together and little Cindy Lou Who has come out of her bedroom. She heard a noise. So Santa and the Grinch act like a candy cane. So they bring their right hand down to their right thigh, slide their right hand down to their knee, and they pretend they're a candy cane. So Cindy Lou Who doesn't see them. So we'll inhale, bring our hand up, send our left hand down, and bring our left hand down toward our knee, create a candy cane on the other side. Inhale, bring our hand up, and again, bring our hand down, slide it down toward our knees. And then inhale, come back up. Bring our left hand down, slide it down toward our knee. Then bring our left hand back up. Exhale, bring both hands back down to the mat, picking up the bags. Inhale, bring them up to our shins. And again, gently turn our head from side to side. See if we've disturbed anyone else. And then bring the crown of our head down toward the mat. And then sweep our hands all the way up and overhead. Palms come together. Palms come to heart center. And we're going to continue to camouflage our presence here by turning into the Christmas tree. So lift your right foot so that your toe and your ankle lean against your left ankle. Your toe, right toe is on the mat, right toe is on the mat, right heel is on the left ankle, there we go. And then slide it up to your shin. We'll just go that far today with the Christmas tree. So the Grinch is pretending he's a Christmas tree, camouflage against Cindy Lou who's seen him. And then we'll sweep our hands up. Big inhale again. Palms come together. Palms come to heart center. And we'll bring our left toes to the mat, left heels to the right ankle, and then slide it up to the shin. So then Cindy Lou Who does see everyone, and everyone's there, and she says, let's do the 12 days of Christmas. So Santa, the Grinch, and Cindy Lou Who all begin the 12 days of Christmas. So I promise again, I'm going to try to go slow on this so I don't get too winded. So, oh, and please sing along with me. I hope you all will. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. So you pick whichever leg you'd like. You can bring the other sole of your foot up to the shin for a tree pose. We bring our hands to Anjali Mudra, but interlace your fingers and you're going to wiggle your fingers. So this is the partridge. Partridge in a pear tree. And then put everything down, take a breath. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 turtle doves. So we do a mountain pose with a yoga lock. So we're going to bring our hands behind our back, interlace the fingers, and then slide the backs of our fingers up our spine to a comfortable point. And our elbows are pointing out. And then we're going to flap our elbows. 2 turtle doves. And a partridge in a pear tree. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 French hens. For French hens, we're going to do eagle pose. So you can keep your legs this way and just do the eagle pose with your arms. So you're going to bring one arm over the other, bring the backs of your hands together, and lift your elbows up to shoulder height. So that's the coxcomb. I don't know if you can see me. The coxcomb of a chicken up on top. But if you'd like, you could also cross your legs and squat down for a true eagle pose. 3 French hens. 2 turtle doves. Fingers interlaced behind. And a partridge in a pear tree. On the 4th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 4 calling birds. The calling birds are going to be a modification of Warrior 3. So again, pick your strong leg, lift the opposite foot, feel that balance and connection with your mat. Pivot from the waist, bring your lifted foot back, and this way we're also going to bring our arms back like we did with locust. 4 calling birds. 3 French hens. Lift your arms so you have a coxcomb. 2 turtle doves. And a partridge in a pear tree. On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 golden rings. And we're going to do our big inhale, lifting our arms up overhead, creating a nice circle with our arms. And then go into 4 calling birds. Oops. 3 French hens. Lifting our elbows up, having my coxcomb up on top. 2 turtle doves. And a partridge in a pear tree. On the 6th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 6 geese laying. This, we're going to go down into a squat, bending your knees, tucking your navel to your spine to support your lower back. Bring your hands down to the mat. Come up onto the balls of your feet so you're in a squat. And if you can, bring your hands up to your knees and have the geese flapping their wings. 6 geese laying. Then bring your hands back down to the mat. Bring your heels to the mat and sweep your hands all the way up, making this great big circle. 5 golden rings. And then go into 4 calling birds. 3 French hens. 2 turtle doves. And a partridge in a pear tree. On the 7th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 7 swans a swimming. So we're going to bring ourselves back down to the mat, bending our knees, keeping our navel tucked to the spine. And then we're going to walk our hands out, come onto our hands and knees, coming down onto our tummy. Our arms go out in front of us. Our legs and arms are lifted off the mat like full locust. And then we're going to wave our hands and kick our feet. 7 swans a swimming. And then bring our hands back underneath our shoulders, lift back up to tabletop, walk our hands back, tuck our toes under, coming into a squat. And if you can, bring your hands up to your knees, flapping your arms. 6 geese laying. Bring your hands back down to the mat, send your heels down to the mat. And then sweep your hands in a big circle. 5 golden rings. 4 calling birds. 3 French hens. 2 turtle doves. And a partridge in a pear tree. On the 8th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 8 maids of milking. So we're going to come down into tabletop. So again, bend your knees, tuck your navel to your spine, come down onto your hands and knees. And we're gonna do some cat-cows. We're gonna inhale on the cat, so round your back, inhaling. And then as you lift your head and tailbone into the cow, you're gonna move your exhale. So inhale, rounding your back. And then exhale, move for the cow. Inhale, rounding your back. Move for the exhale. Inhale, rounding the back. Move. 8 maids of milking. And then let's bring our tummy down to the mat. Arms are out in front of us. Hands and feet are off the mat. And we'll swim. 7 swans are swimming. And then bring your hands back under your shoulders, tucking your elbows to the side. Come back up to tabletop. Walk your hands back, tucking your toes under, coming into a squat. 6 geese a laying. Hands come back down to the mat, heels come to the mat, and then sweep your hands in a big circle. 5 golden rings. Come into 4 calling birds. 3 French hens. 2 turtle doves. And a partridge in a pear tree. On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 9 ladies dancing. So again, find your most supportive leg. And we'll walk our hands down to the ankle of the other leg, cradling your foot with your left hand or right hand. Swing it around, swing your hand around so it's on the inner portion of your foot or your arches. Bring your hand to heart center and then extend out from there. 9 ladies dancing. This is dancer's pose. And then bring everything back down. And we'll go back down to the mat. Come into tabletop. We'll do some cat-cows here and do a moo on the cow. So inhale, round our back. Exhale, come into cow and moo. Inhale, rounding the back. Exhale, coming into cow, moo. Inhale, rounding the back. Exhale, arching, lifting our head and moo. 8 maids of milking. Then come down to our tummy. Hands come out in front, feet come out back, lift up, and 7 swans are swimming. And then hands along side or under your shoulders, elbows along the side, come back up to tabletop. Walk our hands back, come into a squat, tucking our toes under. Hands up. 6 geese a laying. Hands come back down to the mat, heels come to the mat, and sweep our hands for 5 golden golden rings, 4 calling birds. Three French hens. Two turtle doves. And a partridge in a pear tree. On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 10 lords a leaping. With our feet hip width apart, we're going to come down into chair pose. Actually, bringing our hands back as if we're about to do a ski jump. And then bring our hands forward as we lift up, come up onto our toes, come up into palm tree. 11 lords a leaping. And then come down to our 9 ladies dancing. Walk our hand down our leg. Move our hand to the inner part of our foot. Opposite hand comes to center ourselves. And then extend for 9 ladies dancing. Woo. And then 8 maids milking. We'll come back down to the mat, come back down to tabletop. And do some cat-cows. So inhale, rounding the back. Exhale, moo. Inhale, round the back. Exhale, moo. Inhale, round the back. Exhale, moo. 8 maids of milking. And then come down to our tummy. Arms are extended out front and feet out back. 7 swans are swimming. Hands come below shoulders. Come back up to tabletop. Walk our hands back. Tucking our toes under, coming into a squat. 6 geese a laying. Hands come down to the mat. Heels to the mat. Sweep our hands up, a nice big 5 golden rings. 4 calling birds. 3 French hens. 2 turtle doves. And a partridge in a pear tree. On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 11 pipers piping. So come into mountain pose. We're going to send one of our feet back, coming into warrior 1. So your knee is above your ankle in a lunge position on one foot, and then the back foot is at a 45-degree angle. We're going to turn our body, face the top of our mat or to the top corner, bringing our hands up. We're going to play 11 pipers piping. And then bring that foot back to the other foot, coming down into chair position with our arms back. And then come up, swing the arms forward and up, coming up onto our toes. 10 lords a leaping. And then 9 ladies dancing. So we walk down our leg. Come into dancer's pose. 9 ladies dancing. And then bring both down and come down into a tabletop position for cat-cow. Inhale, round the back. For 8 maids milking. Extend our head up. Moo. 8 maids of milking. Moo. Moo. Come down on our tummy. 7 swans are swimming. Your hands and feet swimming away. Hands come below your shoulders. Elbows tucked to the side. Come up to tabletop. Walk our hands back. Coming into a squat. 6 geese laying. Hands come back down to the mat. Heels to the mat. 5 golden rings. 4 calling birds. 3 French hens. 2 turtle doves. And the partridge in a pear tree. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 drummers drumming. We're gonna come back to mountain pose. Come down to chair pose. Navel's tucked to the spine, support your back. And then we'll just drum. 12 drummers drumming. Come back up to mountain pose. Send one leg back, coming into warrior 1. Bring our pipe, our flute up. 11 pipers piping. Bring both feet together. 10 lords of leaping. Bring our arms back, coming into chair pose. And then swing our arms up and lifting our feet up off the mat into palm tree. 10 lords of leaping. And then bring our heels back down. Come into dancer pose. Bring our center. 9 ladies dancing. Bring both hands and feet down to the mat. Tabletop for cat-cow. 8 maids of milking. Round the back. Exhale, moo. Inhale, round the back. Exhale, moo. Inhale, round the back. Exhale, moo. And then come down to our tummy. Arms out in front. Feet and hands lifted. And 7 swans are swimming. Bring our hands back to our shoulders. Elbows tucked to the side. Come up into tabletop. And then walk our hands back, tucking our feet under, our toes under, come into a squat. 6 geese laying. Hands come back down, heels come back down, sweeping our hands. 5 golden rings. 4 calling birds. 3 French hens. 2 turtle doves. And a partridge in a pear tree. Congratulations, everyone. If you'd like, you can lay down on your mat or quick shavasana, and I have a nice little poem for you all. Just take a few nice deep inhales and exhales and relax your body into the mat. This poem is by E. Cummings, titled Little Tree. Little tree, little silent Christmas tree, you are so little, you are more like a flower. Who found you in the green forest? And were you very sorry to come away? See, I will comfort you because you smell so sweetly. I will kiss your cool bark and hug you safe and bright, just as your mother would, only don't be afraid. Look, the spangles that sleep all year in a dark box, dreaming of being taken out and allowed to shine. The balls, the chains, red and gold, the fluffy threads. Put up your little arms and I'll give them all to you to hold. Every finger shall have its ring, and there won't be a single place dark or unhappy. Then when you're dressed, you'll stand in the window for everyone to see, and how they'll stare. Oh, but you'll be very proud. And my little sister and I will take hands, and looking up at our beautiful tree, we'll dance and sing, Noel, Noel.